Hello there. So a lot of us are getting into new ways of investing, especially crypto, right? But have you ever stopped to think about a really serious question? What happens to all that digital money after we're gone? It's something we really need to talk about. And this isn't some small niche issue. Get this. In early 2024, a crazy 40% of Malaysians own some kind of cryptocurrency. That's almost half of us. It just goes to show that this new kind of wealth is here to stay. So this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? You work hard, you invest smart, but if something happens to you, can your family actually get their hands on the crypto you've built up? Or does it just vanish into thin air?
And that brings us to a really unique risk that comes with digital assets. I mean, think about it. A house has a title, a car has keys, but crypto? It just exists online. If your family doesn't have the digital keys, we're talking your passwords, your private keys, that wealth could be locked away forever.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about losing a few ringgit here. This is a huge global problem. There are potentially billions of dollars in crypto that are already lost just because the owners passed away without leaving a clear plan. Your hard-earned money could literally just disappear into a digital black hole.
Now here in Malaysia, things get even more complicated. It's not just about forgetting your password. Your family could face what I call a double dilemma, a confusing legal system, and for Muslims, a pretty complex religious landscape too.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about the law. Right now, our laws haven't really caught up with technology. We don't have clear, specific rules for inheriting digital assets like crypto. This means when a family tries to claim it, they're basically walking into a legal maze with no map. It's just a whole lot of stress and delays at a time that's already so difficult.
To give you an idea of how frustrating this can be, just think about the nightmare of trying to close a simple bank account for someone who has passed away. You have to go to the specific home branch, bring stacks of certified documents from every single family member, get signatures witnessed. My goodness, it can take months, sometimes even years. Now imagine doing all that for an asset the system barely even understands. It's a total headache.
And for Muslim families, there's a whole other layer to this problem. You see, the religious authorities themselves don't all agree on what to make of cryptocurrency, and this confusion causes even more delays when it comes to inheritance. So here's the main issue. On one side, you have the national regulator, the Securities Commission's Sharia Advisory Council, saying that crypto traded on registered platforms is okay, it's permissible. But then, on the other side, some state fatwa committees have different opinions. This clash means the distribution of assets under Islamic inheritance law, or faraids, can get delayed, leaving families stuck right in the middle of it all.
Okay, I know that was a lot to take in. But hey, if this breakdown is giving you a clearer picture of what's going on, do me a quick favor and hit that like and subscribe button. That way, you'll always stay ahead on Malaysia's biggest issues.
Right, now that we've seen the problems, let's talk solutions, because the good news is you're not helpless here. You can actually create a simple plan to protect your digital assets for your family. Let's break down how to do it.
Okay, here's your action plan. It's pretty straightforward. First, make a list of everything you own online, all your accounts, wallets, everything. Second, get all your login info together and store it somewhere super safe. Third, and this one is really important, appoint a digital executor. This should be someone you trust who also knows their way around a computer. And finally, write a simple guide just for them, explaining how to get into everything step by step. Now, listen very carefully to this part. This is a huge mistake that a lot of people make. Do not, I repeat, do not put your passwords or your private keys directly into your will. Why? Well, because once a will goes through the legal process, it can actually become a public document. Anyone could potentially see it, and poof, your family's inheritance could be gone.
So what's the smart way to handle it? It's simple, really. You create a completely separate private document, you can call it a memorandum, with all that sensitive info. Then, in your will, you just write down where to find that separate document. This keeps all the important details private and secure, but still makes it legally binding. Okay, so that's what we can do for ourselves. But what about a long-term fix for the whole country? Well, the good news is, experts in Malaysia are already thinking ahead and have actually proposed a new system to solve this problem for everyone. Yeah, a group of academics and legal experts have designed a framework that could make inheriting crypto so much easier and safer. It basically gets the crypto exchanges directly involved to cut through all that confusing red tape we were just talking about.
Here's how it would work, and it's pretty clever. When you open an account on a crypto exchange, you'd name a nominee, just like you do for your EPF. The exchange then lets your nominee know. So if you pass away, your nominee just needs to show a death certificate. The exchange then transfers the assets to them, and they are legally responsible for giving it to the right heirs. So much simpler, right?
But for this whole system to work smoothly for Muslims, there is one crucial first step. All the religious bodies in Malaysia need to come together and agree that cryptocurrency is mal. That's an Islamic term for property or wealth that can be owned and passed down. A unified ruling on this would clear up so much of the confusion we talked about earlier. All right, we've covered a lot today, from the hidden risks and the tricky rules to the practical solutions for you and for the country. So let's lock in the most important things you need to remember.
So here's what you need to do starting today. First, know that the risk is real, so don't put this off. Go and make that list of all your digital assets. Store your passwords and keys somewhere safe. And remember, separately from your will. And maybe the most important step of all, make sure someone you trust knows exactly where to find all this information when the time comes.
Honestly, this stuff is so important for protecting our families. If you agree, please join the thousands of other Malaysians who want clarity, not confusion. Go ahead and tap that like button, hit subscribe, and let's keep making sense of these big topics together, yeah?
I'll leave you with this one last thought. You've worked so hard to build your wealth, whether it's sitting in a bank or in a digital wallet. The real question you need to ask yourself is, have you done enough to make sure it actually has a future?